Hey YouTube, Joe Walker here at Def Digits Guitar Lessons, and I'm going live right now for my student Seth, who is interested in Coldplay. So I thought this song, The Scientist, would be great to learn. Let me show you the chords really quick. They are A minor, F, I'll come back to that one, C, and then C, sometimes it's called C add 2 or maybe C add 9, probably some other names for it. You just take a C and take your second finger off, so then the D string is ringing open. I have capo fret 5 here. I should have mentioned that to start with. So those are your 4 chords going around and around for the verse of the song, and that's all I'm going to cover right now is the verse. That's most of the song. We got A minor, F, C, C add 2. So the A minor is straightforward. The F is I recommend F like this with the middle 4 strings. Your thumb goes over the top to touch the low E string and mute it. Alternatively, with your ring finger, you could be muting the low E string. But we get fret 3, 3, 2, 1 with your 4 fingers. So finger 3 is there, finger 4, finger 2, finger 1. Then normally you mute out the high E string with the back of your first finger, but we have usually a few other options. Sometimes we can leave that string open. We get that. That's an F major 7. That sounds good between A minor, F major 7, and C. So if you want to use that, it's fine. But I don't think that's what's going on in the song. I think in the song, that note comes up to the first fret right there, and then back down on C, and then C add 2. So in order to get that, when you go to your F, you take your 4 fingers here in the Old Faithful position that you had, and then you've got to flatten your first finger, flatten it backwards like that, and I'm contorting a little bit to make that happen. It's not easy. Alternatively, if you have very thick fingertips, sometimes you can get 2 strings with the tip of your finger like this. I can do it if I turn my finger just the right way. I can get 2 strings with the tip of my finger. It's like each string is on the outside of that fingertip. The tip is right between the strings. But if I've got it like this, it's a crapshoot whether I actually get it or not. So if I'm going for that chord and I want to get the fingertip right there with my first finger, I'm really concentrating to make sure that works. I think it's a little easier just to flatten that finger backwards, and then I can still get those notes. Alternatively, you just mute out the high E string like you usually do. And then to C and C add 9. Here's the strumming pattern. We want to go down, 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 down. So this is a little bit simplified. I'm leaving out one upstroke at the end just to get this working. So everything's a downstroke, but on the beat downstrokes are emphasized and off the beat downstrokes are de-emphasized. So instead of just down, 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 later on when the song gets more intense, that might be okay. But right now, as we start the song and play through most of the verses, we want that down strum that's on the beat is getting a full strum. The ones between the beats, it's more like I'm just touching the strings with my pick, like that. It's hardly making any sound. If I'm strumming anything, I'm strumming a few strings towards the bottom of the chord. That means the strings that are closest to the ceiling, the thickest ones, the one that sound lowest, those are the bottom of the chord. So if you notice the motion of my arm, it's sort of like from the elbow from my arm is doing that hard full down strum, and then my wrist does that little flick to get the soft one. So we don't want to be doing this from the elbow going. It's too much. So notice the movement from my elbow is going down, 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 So this is where it's really important to be loose all the way through, from your shoulder all the way down to your fingers. And if you miss that little soft down strum, totally fine. I've missed several already during this video, and I don't think it's ruined anything. There, I missed a few more. And the groove still keeps going. As long as you keep that groove, that's the important part. Down, 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 down. Next, let's look at how we're changing chords. That's what you want to be able to play first before you add this next thing in. Be able to smoothly go between the chords at that speed using just these downstrokes. Next, we can add a little flip upstroke between the chords, like this. Whoops, I messed it up. So right at the end, right before changing to the new chord, we get down up, and then we end up all over the transition. We go down up on the old chord and then down on the new chord. So from A minor, we've got down up down into F, and then from F into C is going down up down, and then from C to C add 2, down up down. Luckily, we don't have to move all of our fingers on any of these chord changes. Probably the hardest one is going to be going A minor to F, so you'll have to work on that one specifically. A minor to F, and then F to C is really just, it's a very simple move as long as you keep your third finger and your first finger down. Fingers 2 and 4 have to move. And then of course C to C add 2 is just lifting a finger, just like that. Then back to A minor, coming back into position like that. There you go. That's all I got for you today. Thank you for watching. Have a good time working on that, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.